Hello students, let us discuss about group 13 elements. So let us see very short. From this group 13 elements we are going to get only 2 marks, and from group 14 elements 1 4 mark and 1 2 marks you are going to get. So let us see question wise. Group, what is p block elements? The outermost electron. So the value, this is a boron atomic number 5. This is the electronic configuration we are having. The outermost electron which is entering into the p orbital, that one we call it as p block elements. Means the whatever electron it is present in, it is entering into p orbital, we call it as p block elements. It is divided into 6 groups, that is 3a, 4a, 5a, 6a, 7a, 8a. 8a is also known as zero group and noble gas elements. 7a we call it as halogens. 4a we call it as chalcogens. This is nitrogen family, carbon family, boron family. And today we are going to discuss about only here 3a group elements, that is boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. These are the elements we are going to have. So this is about electronic configuration. So if you have been seen the general electronic configuration, we are having NS2, NP1. Okay, if you have been observed for everywhere. Okay, so these are the atomic numbers and these are the elements and this is electronic configuration we are having. Okay, so now let us see, this is general introduction. So now let us see each one. So discuss the pattern of variation in oxidation state of boron to thallium. So from boron to thallium, they are asking us to explain the oxidation state. From boron, so what are the elements we are having? Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. So these are the elements we are having. If you have been observed here, the common oxidation state for each element is +3, right? So here if you have been seen +3, +3, +3, +3, +3. So means what here? The common oxidation for each element is +3. It is going to give. Okay, and also except boron and aluminum, remaining 3 elements will exhibit +1 oxidation state also. It will exhibit +1 and also +3. Why? Because there is a participation of d electrons in these 3 electrons. Here there is no participation of d orbitals. Here there is a participation of d orbitals. That's why it is exhibiting what? +1 and +3. Compared to these 3, which is the most stable? +1 is the most stable. Why? Because the s electron is more stable compared to p orbital. We cannot break the s orbital. So that is nothing but that question. So see here, all the elements of 3a group exhibit a common oxidation state of +3. Okay, each boron and except boron and aluminum, all other elements show +1 oxidation state. Yes or no? So here each element is showing +1 oxidation state except boron and aluminum. Next one, the +1 state becomes more stable. Why it becomes more stable? Why? Because the s electron is having only one electron. We cannot break the s electron. That is about first one. Coming to second one, why does BF3 behave as a Lewis acid? So what is Lewis acid? Lewis acid is nothing but electron pair acceptor. Okay, so as I have told you, BF3 acting as a Lewis acid. Boron is having how many valence electrons? 3. It is having 3 electrons. It is having 3. So total 3 plus 3, it is having 6 electrons. Still it can take 2 electrons, no? Means it can accept 2 electrons, no? So mean to get the octet configuration. So that BF3 is a electron deficient compound. Why it is electron deficient? Electron deficient is nothing but less number of electrons. So it is having only 6 electrons. Because of that reason, it is an electron deficient compound. So to get the octet configuration, it can accept 2 electrons. So that's why BF3 acts as a what here? Lewis acid. That is only they have given. Electron deficient compound, because it is having total 6 electrons. That's why it is a electron deficient. Very less electrons it is having. Because of that reason, it is electron deficient compound and it can accept pair of electron to get octet configuration, and that's why it acts as a what? Lewis acid. Next one. Describe the shapes of BF3BH4- assign the hybridization of boron in this species. So means what they are saying, we have to explain hybridization and also shapes. If you take BF3, we have seen in the chemical bonding already. So it will give, boron will be the central atom of these both, and it will give sp2 hybridization. It will give sp3. So the sp2 means what here? It will give trigonal planar. and sp3 means it will give tetrahedral shape. Okay, when you write the electronic configuration, you are going to get these shapes and hybridization. Next one, metal borides are used as protective shield. Why? So why it is metal borides? Metal borides having 10b. This is the atomic number, and this is actually atomic number is 5. When you combine with metal, it will give you 10 boron. So what happens? It will absorb neutrons. Neutron is nothing but what? There is no charge on the boron atom. There is no positive and there is no negative charge on boron atom. So it will control the rods in the nuclear industry mainly. Because of that reason, it is used as a protective shields. So means what? If any bombs, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion, it is going to happen. So means what? Any bombs is present. So then what? If anything is blast, it is going to control that boron atom. Because of that reason only, it is going to act as a metal borides as a protective shield. Next one, uses of aluminium. So aluminium can be used in trays. As we know what we are using, the trays, steel trays or plastic trays, what we are using, the aluminium is used. And also coating trays, we are going to have that one. Electrical cables, cable wires, it is used. And also picture frames. Okay, in picture frames, if you have been buying the frame, for that also aluminium is used. And also here for making alloys. Alloys is nothing but here mixture of metals, we call it as alloys. So here if you take to prepare the steel, this is one of the steel. To prepare steel, we are having tin, copper, aluminium. So means what? Mixture of metals, that one we call it as an alloy. For preparing also we can use aluminium. And reducing agent in welding. So reducing is nothing but what? Addition of hydrogen. So ALH. So means what? Aluminium hydride. So it is used as for welding process. Deoxidizer in metallurgy. Deoxidizer is nothing but loss of oxygen molecule in metals. That one is used as a aluminium. So it will forming as Al2O3, like that it will form deoxidizer. Okay, so these are the uses of aluminium. Next one, explain inert pair effect. Inert pair effect is nothing but what? There is no participation of s electrons in chemical bonding. That one we call it as inert pair effect. For example, thallium. So what is the atomic number of thallium? It will be having 81. When you write electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6, 4d10, 4f14, 5s2, 5p6, 5d10, 6s2, 6p1. Okay, so this is the electronic configuration. So coming to here, it will give +1 and also +3 oxidation state in group 13, right? So here there is no participation of s electrons. It will give only +1. Okay, so when it is giving +1 oxidation state, then what happens? To form the chemical bond. For example, if you want to Tl2O3, if you want to form. So to form this one, this is the molecule O, double bond O. One is a single bond O, it is formed. So means what? Here there is no participation of s electrons. Only there will be a participation of p electrons. So why there is no participation? The +3 oxidation state is due to inert pair effect. Here, sorry, the +1 oxidation state is due to inert pair effect. Okay, next one, explain why atomic radius of gallium is less than that of aluminium. So here this is the elements we are having: boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. So what we know, actually from boron to thallium the atomic radius increases. Why? Because the size is increasing, nuclear attraction is increasing. Because of that, the atomic radius from top to bottom it should increase. But coming to here, aluminum is having more atomic radius compared to gallium. Why? Because the gallium is having completely 10 electrons and aluminum is not having 10 electrons. Because of that reason, it is having very poor shielding effect also. It means nucleus will not, due to the shape and poor shielding effect, the gallium is becomes more than a aluminum. Because of that atomic size also, it is having atomic radius less. Next one, how do you explain higher stability of BCl3 than TCl3? Stability. Boron is having only s electrons and p electrons, and coming to thallium, it is having, there is no s electrons. Because of the s electrons, there is no inert pair effect, it is exhibiting only +1 oxidation state, right? Because of that reason, BCl3 is more stable compared to the TlCl3. And also explain why electronegativity of gallium, indium, thallium will not vary very much. So if you take electronegativity values of these three, it will be very less. Why? Because it is having very less nuclear attractions, and also from top to bottom what happens, the valence electrons is attracted, the outermost electrons can attract the electrons nucleus easily, and the size is increasing. So because of that reason, it is not having very much less difference from gallium to thallium. Next one, Al2O3 is amphoteric. Explain with suitable examples. Amphoteric is nothing but what here? Both acidic and basic nature, we call it as amphoteric. So it will Al2O3 means both acidic and basic nature, we call it as amphoteric here. So here Al2 will react with acid. If it is react with acid, it will behave like a base. If react with base, it will behave like a acid. Okay, so it is giving both acidic and basic. That's why we call it as Al2O3 is a acidic and amphoteric. This is nothing but group 13 elements, and we are having group 14 elements. Group 14 elements means what here? Here we are having carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So these are the elements of group 14 or 4A group elements we say. So here it is having the valency will be 4. Why? Because 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. The valency will be 4. The general configuration is ns2 np2. Carbon and silicon will exhibit 4 valency, remaining will exhibit +2 +4 they can exhibit, and also these are the configuration they can exhibit. So now let us see what are the questions here we are going to have. So see here, explain the differences in properties of diamond and graphite on the basis of the structure. So we have to explain the diamond and graphite differences. So generally diamond is a hardest material, it is a soft. Why it is a hardest material means diamond is a 3D dimensional structure. It will give sp3 hybridization. So like this, it is a like this, it is going to give the 3D dimensional structure. Okay, when you take these molecules, so like this, it is means it is one of the, this is the, all is in single bonded atoms, CH4 H4. Okay, so means what, this is a tetrahedral shape, so it will give 3D dimensional structure diamond. So because we cannot lose the electrons also, because of that carbon it can give covalent bonds. If we can share pair of electrons also, means we cannot break these electrons. Because of that reason it is a hardest material, and we can see it is a 3D dimensional. sp3 hybridization is undergo. Each carbon is bonded to 4 other carbons, we can say, right? If you have been taken like this, so this carbon is attacking to 3 or 4 atoms. So by this what we can say, it is a covalent bond, it will give tetrahedral shape, and also strong covalent bond it is giving. The carbon carbon bond length for this carbon the carbon carbon bond length will be 1.54 angstroms. Actually tetrahedral shape means we are going to have 109 degrees 28 minutes, which will not give electricity. This is about diamond. Graphite means what here? It is a 2D dimensional structure, which is a giant molecule, we can say. It undergoes sp2, and here 3 carbon atoms forms hexagonal rings, we can say. Because of the weak van der Waals forces, the graphite is forming. In this trigonal planar structure we are going to get 1.42 angstroms, 120 degrees it is having. It can easily absorb the electricity. So this is about differences between diamond and graphite. Why diamond is hard? Because each carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization, we can say. It is bonded with 4 other carbon atoms. Okay, it will form There is a three-dimensional structure. Means what here? 3D dimensional it is forming, and it undergoes sp3 hybridization. It is having covalent bonds, and it requires high energy to break these covalent bonds. Because of that reason, it is diamond is very hard. And next one, what do you understand by allotropy, inert pair effect, catenation? Allotropy is nothing but same chemical properties, different physical properties, we call it as allotropy. The example for this we can take diamond and graphite. And inert pair effect, as I have discussed you, there is no participation of s orbital to form chemical bond. That one we call it as inert pair effect. We have seen the example thallium, and we can take here lead also will exhibit +2 oxidation state, and due to inert pair effect we can say. Catenation. Catenation means the carbon itself form a ring compounds. That one we call it as catenation. It is having high bond energy to form the ring compounds. Ring compounds means, for example, this is a ring compound. The carbon is forming itself a ring compound. Okay, so this is nothing but catenation. So this is about 13th group elements and 14th group elements. Thank you.